Ladies and gentlemen, 2025 was absolutely amazing to be a Nintendo fan. We had 6 great months of Switch games, then 6 months of Switch 2 games and more Switch games, but 2026, man, it's looking like it's going to be an incredible year. So in this video, we're going to go over the most anticipated Switch 2 games coming out in 2026, and just keep in mind every game we're going to talk about today is actually confirmed for 2026. Let's go ahead and get right into this video. Yeah, like I was saying, 2025 was amazing. A bunch of cool games, a new console, all that's great. But 2026, we will really be into this next generation, and the possibilities are almost endless. There are so many games we think might come out, but just the games we're going to talk about today are confirmed for 2026. These titles are incredible, so we got to talk about them. So before we get started, if you could hit a like and subscribe, that would truly mean the world to me. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter so we can keep these amazing communities growing. And you know what? Boom. Here's a winner of a Nintendo eShop gift card. The entire month of December, I'm doing random giveaways all the time, so be on the lookout for those. Now let's go ahead and get into this video. So to start off this video, let's start with Pokemon Pokopia. I am a lifelong Pokemon fan. I've been playing since the late 90s. I've played and beat almost every Pokemon game. I think I might personally be skipping this one, and not because it's a bad game, but I just don't really care that much. But I do think this is the right route for a Pokemon spin-off game. I think it just makes sense. And you guys know I cover gaming leaks and stuff like that all the time. I was reading a leak about Generation 10 and that there's going to be some procedurally generated areas and stuff, and that might have been canceled, and then that idea snowballed into this. At least, you know, that's the speculation. But this does look cool, and I think for the people who play it, it's going to be pretty fun. But this is a first-party Nintendo game, but it's going to be a game key card. Yeah, dude, what the hell is going on there? So a game I'm actually pretty excited for is Mario Tennis Fever. Now, I'll be honest, I played Mario Tennis on the Switch maybe for like 5 hours. If I'm not mistaken, I never even bought the game, but there was like a week trial where Nintendo let people play the game for free, and I played it during that week, and then after that week I thought, should I go buy this game? I don't think so. But Mario Tennis Fever looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I don't know if that's, you know, the rose-tinted glasses of having a new console and a new game on that console, but hopefully Nintendo listened to some criticisms and really filled this game out, because the Mario sports games are either amazing or super boring. You know, there's no in between. So hopefully this will be leaning on the amazing side. So a game I cannot wait to play is Yoshi in the Mysterious Book. Now this was shown off for Mario's 40th anniversary, and it's like, yeah, I get it, but that's not a Mario game. Maybe Mario will make an appearance in the game some way, somehow, but even if he doesn't, the Yoshi games are actually pretty good. You know, a lot of times when games have like a cute or different art style, you'll say, it looks so charming and cozy. This might be the definition of that. The art style in this game looks incredible. I don't even know what you would call it, but I think Nintendo really has something special here. And as long as the gameplay and the narrative or the actual game can meet the graphics, I think we're going to have a masterpiece, an early masterpiece on the Switch 2. So we have Resident Evil Requiem coming out on the Switch 2 as well. And this is awesome because this is launching day one the same day as other consoles. And a lot of times on Nintendo consoles, we will get these games eventually, but they might come out a year later, or the port won't look as good as the other consoles. Some people have already played this at a couple demos, and they're saying the quality is on par with the other consoles, or at least as good. You know, maybe the other consoles look a little bit better, but everything is looking great here. But not only that, for an extra treat, the same day this game comes out, we're getting 2 other Resident Evil games. I think 7 and 8, if I'm not mistaken. So that is going to be a great day to be a Resident Evil fan. So a game I cannot believe is coming out in 2026 is Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. I don't know if this game has a confirmed release date yet, but I do think they said summer 2026, or, you know, at least I hope that's when it comes out. It just gives you those vibes. Tomodachi Life is weird and wacky, and on the surface, if you've never played these, you're thinking, like, this is what people go crazy over. You just have to play it. You just have to experience it. I'm pretty sure this is launching on the Switch as well, and it actually might be one of the last games launching on the Switch, since Nintendo said they're going to move their focus towards the Switch 2, but this is going to be a treat to play. We have Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection also coming in 2026. I've played a few Monster Hunter games. I have never played any of the Monster Hunter Stories games, so, I can't speak from experience, but I will say this. When they showed this off in the Direct, I wanted to play it right away. Like the gameplay, and then the cel-shaded, beautiful graphics. It's just a game that looks like it's speaking to me. So as long as you don't have to play the other games to be able to play this one, I'll probably take a chance on this one. But this just looks awesome, man. So a game that was supposed to come out this year, I believe, but it's being delayed until 2026, and I think that's okay, is Elden Ring for the Nintendo Switch 2. This game had been hyped up since the very first Switch 2 Direct, and then it was supposed to launch the end of this year, or sometime in 2025, but every time we would get hands-on demos, they were not looking great. So I'm happy Bandai Namco said, we're just going to wait a while and fine-tune everything, and now when people are going to these demos, they're saying it's looking way, way better and definitely playable. I don't know if I'll personally pick this up on the Switch 2. I just bought Elden Ring on Black Friday for my PS5 for $20. So, I'll probably play that and save $50 or $70 or however much this game is going to be on the Switch 2. But if it looks amazing and it runs amazing, this might be something I will double dip on just to be able to take this amazing open world massive adventure portably on the go. We have Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties also releasing on the Switch 2 in 2026, and this is great. And it seems like they're going in order, right? On the Switch, we got Yakuza Kiwami, and that was my first Yakuza game. I really enjoyed it. They launched the Switch 2 with Yakuza 0 Director's Cut, which is a prequel to Kiwami. Then we got the remastered version of Kiwami 1 and 2 on the Switch 2 recently, and then now we're getting Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties, which I think this is a brand new Yakuza game entirely, if I'm not mistaken, like across all platforms. So the Switch 2 is becoming the home of Yakuza games, and that is great to hear. We have Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade also coming out on the Switch 2. I think this is coming out in January, so this will be the first big port for the Switch 2 in 2026. And from hands-on gameplay and demos and trailers and just everything, this might be the most impressive and best looking port once it arrives on the Switch 2. I've beat this and Rebirth on my PS5, but I'm thinking about double dipping on this one. It's only $40 on the Switch 2, and then I think you get a copy of the original Final Fantasy VII as like a bonus or whatever, so that's pretty cool in itself. But the director of Final Fantasy said we're getting the entire trilogy on the Switch 2, and that is amazing, so I really think I might double dip on this one. A game I cannot wait to play is Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. I am a diehard JRPG fan. It's one of my favorite genres. I play these games nonstop. I like Dragon Quest XI. I like the remakes. I've wanted to play Dragon Quest VII for a while, and I almost did it on my 3DS, but I just didn't. And then I heard the game was like over 100 hours. But this seems to shave off some filler, maybe add some stuff as well. I think the graphics look awesome. I really like this reimagining. So I really cannot wait to play this one. We also have Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave coming out in 2026 for the Switch 2. We haven't heard much about this game yet. We've only seen one or maybe two trailers. I want to say only one trailer. Fire Emblem is awesome. I think it really hit its stride on the Switch and got a lot of new fans, and then the older fans really appreciated the games. We had Fire Emblem Engage, which was kind of divisive because some people enjoyed it, some people didn't like the graphics or whatever, but I thought it was fine. I'm hoping this game will be more traditional Fire Emblem, just with better performance and graphics and just a great story. But no matter what it turns out to be, I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun. If I had to guess, mouse controls would probably work really well with this game. So a game that was supposed to come out the last day of October, I believe, but got delayed last second, which is fine, is Mina The Hollower. This is going to come out sometime in 2026. I'm hoping the beginning of the year. It looks really, really fun. I believe this is from Yacht Club Games, the same people who made Shovel Knight. Now, what they said recently, which is kind of surprising, is a lot is riding on this, like the whole success of their company, so much that they had to postpone working on a 3D Shovel Knight game. Kind of crazy. You would think they sold 1 million copies of that game, or millions of copies, and were doing well, but game development is a fickle thing these days. But this looks really fun. From the people who were able to play the demo, it plays like a classic 2D Zelda game, but is incredibly difficult. So yeah, again, I cannot wait to play this one. Personally, another one of my most anticipated games of 2026 is 007 First Light. This is coming out, I think, day one on the Switch 2 as well as other consoles, like across the board. And again, that just shows you the power and performance of the Switch 2 that we're getting it the same day. We haven't seen much of this game. I think at a PlayStation event, they showed off like 10 minutes of gameplay. It looks great, you know what I mean? This is like the perfect genre for me. It reminds me of Wolfenstein, or obviously the classic 007 games. A game I have not played yet, but I cannot wait to play, is Indiana Jones, and that's also coming to the Switch 2, I believe in 2026. So, you know, shout out to that as well. I guess I'll mention that game right now as well. Indiana Jones coming out in 2026. I was thinking about waiting for that game, but I don't know if I'm going to. I think I might just pick it up on my PS5 if I can find it on sale, or maybe Santa will bring it to me for Christmas, because I just really cannot wait to play that. But 007 and the new Indiana Jones game kind of give me the same vibes, even though they're not technically the same style of game. But both of those, I'm sure, are going to play great on the Switch 2. We also have Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition coming out on the Switch 2 in 2026. I believe this is coming out on other platforms as well. Like, I don't know if this is already something that was on other platforms. Fallout 4 is like Skyrim. They've released it 500,000 times, and people keep buying it, so they keep selling it. I will definitely be picking this up on my Switch 2. I've actually only played one Fallout game my entire life, and that was Fallout 4. I randomly just downloaded it on Game Pass. I didn't know anything about Fallout in like 2019 or something, so I had no outside noise like forming an opinion for me. I just played it blindly, and I loved every second of it. There's just so many things to do. I think this will be a fantastic game to be able to play portably. I'm sure people have been doing that already on the Steam Deck, but I am very excited for this to be coming over to the Switch 2. And then hopefully we'll get a bunch of other Fallout games eventually. And then From Software has a Switch 2 exclusive coming in the form of the Duskbloods. Again, we don't know too much about this, but it is a multiplayer game. I don't know if it's an online only multiplayer game, because, you know, that comes with its own baggage. But it looks cool. It looks interesting, but we really haven't heard too much about it for me to be able to get excited. I do think there is something there. We've seen a leak recently from like a Chinese journalist who said this is one of the most ambitious From Software games of all time, that they've been brainstorming this, and it started all the way back in 2017, so that's almost a full decade that they've been working on this. So hopefully when it eventually comes in 2026, it's something really special. But like I said, at the time of recording this video, we don't know much, so I can't be too excited about it. Ladies and gentlemen, 2026 is sounding very exciting for the Switch 2, and these are just the games that are confirmed so far. I probably missed a few, so in the comments below, let me know if I did. But then there's going to be games that just get dropped out of nowhere, and random ports from PlayStation, and Microsoft, and new indie games, and just new stuff from Nintendo. 2026, man, is sounding incredible. So in the comments below, I would love to hear from you guys. If you made it all the way to this part of the video, if you could do your boy a favor, hit that like and subscribe button. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Join our community, because I have a feeling 2026 is going to be a big year for us, and I'd love for you to be a part of it and consider becoming a channel member as well, because that would be pretty cool. And you guys know me, I'll see you very soon with a new video. Peace out.